in the house.
Back in the
hizzy.
So real quick, I got to go ahead and just tell you, I watched the first episode of Black Rabbit today.
Yeah,
Right before I came here.
And
It's awesome. Have
You
you
like it?
seen that yet?
Not yet, but I think it's on our list.
it needs
it's
to
good.
be wherever it is on your list. It needs to move higher on your list.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
that good.
I mean, I don't mind bumping it to number 2. Right now, we're trying to finish Animal Kingdom because they're taking it off of Netflix at the end of November. So we're like
Okay,
trying to
gotta
hurry
get
up
it
and
done.
Maybe I'll
finish
watch
it.
that next.
Okay.
'Cause I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, you gotta get on it before they take it off.
How many seasons?
6, I think.
Oh my
And it's
gosh.
like 10 or
10,
12
12
episodes
at
per
least.
season.
Yeah,
That
at least
might be
10, 12,
binge
10 or
watch.
12.
But it's funny. It's funny because we're a few episodes into the 4th season, and like we got all the way through the 1st season, and I kind of was just like, okay, it's okay.
Like it's been on long enough.
Yeah, the whole 1st season went through, and I was not crazy about it. But now, like we just finished, or when we finished season 3, we were like, okay, it's pretty good.
It's a pretty good show.
It's good.
That's awesome.
So, did you guys hear that we minted the final penny this week?
Is that official?
I didn't
It's
know.
official. My question to you guys, because I've seen a lot of stuff out there on most of it mainstream media about the fact that this is going to be a problem,
Okay.
penny shortage. It's going to be such a difficult situation for stores because of change. Now, I ain't saying I'm the smartest person in the world, but I don't see how that's a problem. But if
I don't either.
Well, no, I mean,
so if you got to give somebody 96 cents, you give them 95 cents, or you give them $1.
right.
Who cares?
Well, that's what I mean. They're
You could change the price of things, right? Couldn't you do that too to make it?
You could, I guess.
well, I guess I mean, okay. So like in Ohio, the sales tax is 7%.
Right.
Yes.
But then it's also different. Like some counties have extra. Like
Correct.
I think our county has it.
There's extra like
An
quarter
extra
percent here,
1%.
but yes.
But like
right.
you could make it the policy statewide that you just round up or round down to the nearest fifth or
Nearest-
Doesn't that make sense though?
nearest
Like,
5 cents.
The
Yes, it
nearest
makes
5 cents.
sense.
Yeah.
Make it an even. Well, not an even number, but like.
Well,
you
I've also been a proponent. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I've always been a proponent that the price tag at the store should be the price after tax,
Reflecting tax.
I
I think
So-
that
so
I
if-
think that's fair.
So if
Yeah.
you go up and it's
Yeah.
like, this is $8.99,
Well,
it's $8.99.
right. And an argument could be, not saying it's valid, but an argument could be, well, no, we got to, if the price changes, then we got to change the signage. Well, you
They
have
have to do
to,
that anyway.
you would have to do that anyway, regardless.
They do that anyway. I mean, that's why.
No, exactly.
Like Kohl's, all of their price tags. Well, they do like the digital price tags.
Yeah.
Right.
Where
Right.
they'll have like the full price, but the sale price is X.
Yeah.
And then obviously the sales are changing all the time, so they just have to change the digital
Mm-hmm.
sign that says everything on this rack is 20% off. So here's the original price. Here's the sale price. And whenever it's not on sale, they just have the price up.
It's like
everything on this rack.
It's
is
like
this-
the movie Office Space.
Yeah.
There's like lots of pennies, cent here, 2 cents there. Over time, all those pennies add up.
Yeah. And it's always bugged me, like the 99 cents thing.
Yeah.
Never understood that.
No, it's a marketing thing that's like people are more willing to buy something that's $9.99 versus $10 because you're like, oh, smaller number.
I have an idea.
And it's like, okay,
One
but it's
penny
not
off.
but it's not even $9.99 after sales tax. It's going to be $10 and some change.
What if they just did like a roundup thing, and then that money was a form of tax? So let's say you could reduce the sales tax from, let's just say, 7% to 5%. I'm just spitballing that's a number that might work. And you round up
to the nearest dollar?
to the nearest, no, not to the nearest dollar, to the nearest, let's say 10 cents.
Okay.
So if it's, if it's 82 cents, then you're paying 90 cents.
Okay.
Okay. That 8 cent difference goes into the pot that goes back to the state as a form of tax. I mean, they do that with places that say, do you want to donate for, do you want to round up to donate
Well,
for
yeah,
such and such?
Every time you go to McDonald's, they're like, do you want to round up for the Ronald McDonald House?
That
or
and
whatever?
Ace Hardware does one. I think theirs is with like the Akron's Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying would that create some engineering challenges? I don't think so.
Right.
No, I mean, But also, like, nobody, for the most part, except for like really small businesses that don't have, like maybe a farmer's market where they're just like,
yeah, but a lot of those are just like whole numbers too.
Yeah,
correct. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like,
The tomatoes are 33 cents, but you get 4 for $1.
Right.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then,
So-
and then you just pay $1.
Exactly. Right. They're not
Well,
tacking
and
that
then
crap
it's-
on.
Yeah. I was gonna say the vast majority of stores, even small businesses, that they use like a system like Toast.
Yeah.
Or
Right. They have some.
Squarespace
They
or-
say have a
Squarespace or
Square.
Square.
Yeah.
Square. There's
Which is
some
probably
sort of what they call a
easier.
POS, point of sale
Yeah.
device to process
And
payments.
they handle all that crap where
Yeah.
you're like, you got the chicken sandwich and you don't like the person popping in the price of the chicken sandwich. They don't know how much it costs. That's all done by management.
Yeah.
But it's all in the system. You're not counting anything.
Right.
So with the use of those electronic systems, I think it would be super easy to say we're just going to round up to the nearest tenth of a cent or whatever.
Right.
And nobody, I mean,
Is anybody like at the end of the day? I'm sure there are people that are going to be like, if I'm owed 3 cents, I want my 3 cents.
There are definitely people out there.
no, there are going because when
But-
I mean, whenever
That's why I'm saying if you made it like if you did it into a tax form, then there's no arguing over that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. If you made it the policy, it would be the policy, and then
Yeah.
everybody would have to comply. But like, no, people will definitely complain about that because when I worked at Taco Bell, I remember very vividly that there was one conversation I had with an older woman through the drive-through where she said, you know, she ordered like 3 soft tacos, and she's like, back when, you know, when Taco Bell first opened,
Back in my day.
soft tacos were 89 cents. And I'm like, okay, well, they're $1.43 now, so I don't know what to tell you.
when
And
it
she's like,
opened in 1974.
yeah. Well, and then the Taco Bell that's 10 miles down the road, their tacos are 10 cents cheaper. And I'm like, well, that's because they are a corporate store. We're a private store, so our prices are a little bit
Franchisee.
different.
Some are
We're a
franchised
franchise,
out.
Yeah.
so it's a little bit different.
And you can certainly go there and
And she
save
was
10
like,
cents.
well, I'm going to go there. So you're going to save 30 cents by driving 15 minutes out of your way.
Driving more miles.
Spending more in gas to
More
save
in
your
gas
10 cents
to
per
s-
soft taco.
Right.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
there will be, and that
Yeah.
I mean that's a cultural thing. Like not to
No, it is.
not to harp on the boomers,
But no, it is.
but the boomers are definitely like the nickel and dime
Yes.
generation.
yeah,
I want,
100%.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Everything has to be to a T, and if it's,
Yeah.
it's unfair if you short me 5 cents.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And it's like I don't care about 5 cents.
And now tacos are $2.89.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're
Are they really?
expensive.
Soft tacos $2.89?
So, yeah, and if you get the
Damn.
like, say you got the 3 soft taco combo,
I don't go to Taco Bell, so
but you get 3 tacos and a drink, and it's $10.
holy
What
crap.
does this country come to?
I know, it's crazy.
Well, Taco Bell, I will also say, is like they're really bad with their beverage prices because you.
Oh, yeah, they're
You go to.
They try and like make up
McDonald's,
for stuff.
Which McDonald's, like they were famous for having the dollar any
large
size
dollar.
drink.
Yeah.
Any size was $1.
Is that still a thing?
And well, no,
think
now
so.
now it's like $1.50.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's like some
$1.50.
change on it.
But it's still any price is $1.50 or whatever. But like, but Taco Bell, a large drink is $2+ or $3+, and which is such a load of crap because the markup on pop is ridiculous.
Oh, dude, the margin on that is
You-
like they're just making a
costs-
freaking
I would-
killing.
I would love to see the cost breakdown per ounce because I guarantee you it's
Oh, it's minuscule.
insane.
It's got to be minuscule.
Astronomical.
I mean, you said 2 something like I don't know what I don't even know what a 2-liter costs these days of like Coke. I remember when it was a good deal when you could get them for 99 cents.
I think
Yeah.
it's around 3 something.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
they might be on
basically
sale for like buy 2 for $2 each, like 2 for $4.
okay. So you're basically going to Taco Bell getting a drink that's the equivalent of buying
It's
a 2-liter.
32-ounce cup.
Yeah,
For a
equivalent. Yeah,
And then they do the happy hour from 2 to 5 where you get a
That's only medium
24
drinks.
ounce, for $1, but it's only for 3 hours.
It's only for 3
you know,
hours.
and like who's going to Taco Bell between 2 and 5?
You know, yeah.
Your lunch crowd's gone.
exactly. Dinner crowd isn't out yet.
Well, and now they don't,
Even the frickin' Golden Buckeye Club hasn't made it out.
they don't they don't have the dollar menu anymore. The dollar cravings menu at Taco Bell. It's the
$2
I think
craving.
it's just called the cravings menu. And
It's
everything
just
is
the
like,
cravings menu.
Well, that way they're not
each
tied.
item
They're
is
not
like
stuck.
$1.20, I think.
which is a cheesy roll up, which is a,
Yeah, which is crazy.
Tortilla with
a little bit of
freaking some cheese
That's
in it.
never melted.
Yeah, it's never melted.
Ever.
Damn.
Okay,
Okay, so we all agree though.
We do.
Who cares
Yeah.
about the penny?
But do you have any? I agree. Kind of, who cares about the penny? Because we've been saying for a while now that it costs more to manufacture a single penny than a penny.
I
is
saw
worth.
some bullshit story that said that it's going to cost the country money to quit minting them.
How does that make any sense?
It doesn't make sense. It was a headline, and I was like, I'm not even clicking on this because
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
That
That
seems-
doesn't even seem possible to me.
I didn't see that, but I've heard for a long time that it costs more money to make a single penny than a
yeah.
penny was worth.
No, they've been worth more than a penny for a long time.
And so they are kind of obsolete.
Is there a copper shortage?
Probably
They're
not even like real
they're not
copper.
even full copper
Not full-
anymore.
not full
You
copper.
got to go
Copper.
back
They're, like, coated
to
in copper.
like pre 1986, and then there were like
Okay.
Well, yeah,
80% copper at
a
that
nickel's
point.
not made a nickel anymore.
Right.
So
That's
I mean,
crazy.
okay, I don't know.
This we can move on past this, but the one more thing I wanted to say was this. I mean, this was years ago, but when I worked at GameStop, back then new games were $60, right?
yes.
I told every customer anytime they'd ask like, "Oh, what's that pre-order going to cost?" or "What's this game going to cost?" I always told them $64.34 because that is the
Because that's
cost
a
of the
tax
game.
with tax.
Yeah, yeah. So there's that.
Good.
And people appreciate the like.
Heck yeah.
Oh, almost $5 more. Yeah, either I don't want it or I don't care. But
Yeah,
you know.
fair.
But yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I don't
So
know.
yeah,
I also,
but
I
don't know.
also, sorry, not to harp on Taco Bell either, but there were a lot of people who would come to the drive-thru and they would say, "I want, 3 soft taco supremes, take off the tomato," because the only difference between a regular taco and a supreme taco is it adds sour cream and tomato, but a lot of people don't want the tomato, so they would say, "I want a supreme taco, no tomato," and I said, "Well, it's actually cheaper just to order 3 tacos, add sour cream," and then
Did you charge for sour cream?
yes.
Yeah.
But then management was like, "Bro, you can't tell people that." I'm like, but it's dishonest.
Yes, and you're saving the customer money, which they don't want.
They
to
don't
I
want you to
guess.
do
Well,
that.
of course they don't. No, of course,
No.
of course. Sorry, I want to save them 13 cents or whatever. Sorry, sue me. I'm such a bad employee.
Well, the part that sucks about ordering the Supreme is, with no tomatoes, is you don't get a discount for getting no tomatoes.
That's why
You
what
get
I'm
an
saying.
upcharge on the sour cream, though.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
Then that seemed
that's why it's cheaper.
Absurd?
to just add sour cream versus order supreme,
Yeah.
take tomato off.
right.
That's the workaround. I had so many of those workarounds. We can move on from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
No, that's cool.
Wow, I didn't know that talking about pennies would lead to all this.
Yeah, I know that's crazy. So I got a couple crazy stories I want to tell you guys real quick.
I like crazy
Story
stories.
time is always fun.
Stories
So,
are always good.
I haven't told anybody this, and I can't believe it's been this long.
Wait, you've not told, when you say you haven't told anybody.
Meaning Alexis is the only living person that's heard this. And
Okay, can I ask a question before you start the story?
sure.
How long ago did something happen to you?
about a year ago, yeah.
And you haven't told anybody else but her.
So it's
Okay.
happened. Everyone gets to hear it right now.
All right, well,
right.
So you
Cool.
guys all know. You guys are familiar with Timberland Cabins, where we've stayed.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
camp.
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Several times we've been
Yeah,
there.
in Cambridge,
We
Ohio.
we all
Near Cambridge,
in
yeah.
Cambridge, Ohio, stay out at this little log of cabins, little area.
Little group of cabins. Yeah, I think they got like 8 different cabins. Stayed there number
and
of
I think
times.
between all of us, we've stayed in every single one at this point.
Practically.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
just
we
about.
stayed in the Winchester last year.
Oh.
The Winchester. But anyway, so you guys know the setting. So like I can give you a visual of like what this place looks like.
Yep.
So this was for our we got engaged a year ago in October last year. And so this was our last night. It was a Saturday night, and we had a projector up. We had like some spooky movies on. It was October. It was cold.
You're like out in
We
the
were
hot tub? In the hot tub.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
awesome. It was
Okay.
so fun.
Yeah,
So
freaking
fun.
sweet. Nice.
And so it was super late. You know, we had a fire and everything, and we ended up going to bed. And so we all have JBL speakers to listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have a TV in our room. So like we always like to like fall asleep to something, whether it's a movie or a show, or YouTube, whatever.
yeah.
So we put that on and whatever, and we go to sleep, and I wake up I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
And I just hear I hear footsteps, and I hear like a little bit of knocking on the wood. And for like a split second, I'm in like fight or flight immediately. Like for real.
Yeah. I mean,
Knowing where you're at.
well, knowing the environment around there, you're kind of pretty secluded, but not to mention you're not in your own home. It'd be bad enough to hear footsteps in your own home, knowing that it's just you and whoever, one other person in the home, but in essentially like a foreign place.
Yeah.
That's even way creepier.
And and it is public because there are more cabins, so other people do rent those out, and there were people there that weekend. But it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was just like these slow, like wood tapping footsteps, and like I'm immediately like, she's asleep. I have only my pocket knife. What am I gonna do? Like,
Kill that son of a bitch, whoever it is. To defend her honor with my pocket knife.
I'm like, damn, this is it. And I'm immediately like, this is the strangers. Like, the people are going to come kill us. Like, and the crazy thing that led to all this, because I'm in the middle of waking up as well. I was asleep.
Right. You're not fully awake.
So
did you, once you were like awake, did you continue to hear the sound?
Yes.
It wasn't one of those things like, I think we've all done that where
it was just
you wake up thinking you might have heard something, but knowing it was in, like after about 2 minutes, you realize that was in a dream.
There was nothing.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. This was like, I was fully awake and there were still noises.
Yay. Okay.
And I could I'm like, because we're in the front bedroom and like the porch is right there outside the window.
Yeah.
The hot tub's right there. The stairs are right there. It's so small.
Yeah.
And I got up for a second and then I realized I had set the JBL speaker in the windowsill, and we had Jacksepticeye's channel playing, and it was an indie horror game.
It was still playing,
and it was just playing, and it was like someone invading a house.
Oh my god!
And that's what happened. But it's for those few minutes, it scared the absolute shit out of me.
Well, that's totally fair. I can
and like those
understand
speakers, they have bass to them, so like.
The
noise, like
those are things are solid.
And it was you probably had it like set up on something that was vibrating.
It was on the windowsill.
Yeah, so and that's right outside the room that you're sleeping in. So
the sound's coming from the direction where I think someone's up on the porch about to come into this cabin.
You're like,
oh my gosh!
But
that's awesome.
It's so crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that scared the hell out of me. I woke her up the next morning and I was like, so I got to tell you what happened. And I'm glad I didn't wake you up.
That's great.
She was like, oh my God.
That is great.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I love it. Awesome.
I'll save my other one for the end.
Yeah, that is crazy. I already told my only real paranormal story. The other story that I could tell, it's not really, it's scary. No question.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You guys have heard this before, but I'll tell other people. So, several episodes ago, I told the story about the ghost dogs.
Yeah, such a good story.
Okay, so this is an event.
Never get tired of it.
Yeah.
This is an event that took place at the same location.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
This would have been my senior year in high school. So just to set the stage again, we had this old sanitarium outside of town, several miles. Go out there, pitch black, nothing out there. Had a little turnaround where people would go out, drink, hang out. I also had the town that I went to high school in had 2 high schools, 2 really big high schools. We had the high school that I went to. A lot of the people that went to our high school, their parents worked at the lab. They were more white collar than blue collar.
Okay.
On the other side of town were more blue collar. And there was always the joke that the people that went to the nickname of their school was the Cowboys. So we always called them Hicks. They were a bunch of Hicks, right? All of them, drove pickup trucks, all this shit, right? They're shit kickers and all this, right? So we're out there. We go up there one night, and I think the intention was to go to the sanitarium again. Now this time we had a couple girls with us.
Okay.
We were in my buddy's VW Rabbit.
Nice.
Okay. If I recall, There were 6 people in this vehicle. We had a driver, person in the passenger seat, 3 people in the back seat. I was in the hatchback area.
I don't know if I've heard this story.
You've heard it.
Okay.
I know you've heard it.
Okay.
So we go up there, and I think the intention was we're going to do this one more time, because the last time that the attempt was made was the ghost dogs, and we know how that
So you're
ended
like,
up.
this time we're getting to the building.
Right. We're going to make it. So we get up there, and we're like, damn it. There's people up there. Okay. A couple pickup trucks up there. We're like, shit. So we're like, nah, let's just go. So as we're turning around, I don't remember specifically who was in the passenger seat. Rolls the window down. Old Crank had to crank it down. We didn't have the power window. He cranks it down, yells something out the window. Like, you stupid fucking hicks. Something like that, right? Just something like that. Laughter ensues. Off we go. We're going down the road. I'm in the hatchback, right? So, like, I'm back here. I can see everything that's happening behind us. And I see headlights. And I'm like, my buddy, his name is Tom. I said, Tom, those people, those dudes up there, they're coming. He's like, whatever. I'm like, okay. We got to go like 8 miles and we're back in town. You make back in town. We're on familiar turf.
Nobody's going to do anything in town.
We'll figure it out. Tom lived, like, when you get into town, literally like a minute off that main road, you could be at his house. So we're like, if shit gets crazy and dirty, we could be at his house in no time. His dad will come out. We'll be good. So I'm looking, and they're slowly gaining on us. And next thing I see is there's obviously 2 pickup trucks behind each other. The back one, the one in the back, pulls out into the left lane. And this dude is hammer down. And he is like coming like a bat out of hell. And I'm like, Tom, do you want to stop? And he's like, we are not stopping. I'm like, that's fair. So he's speeding up. This dude's speeding up. The other guy's kind of lagging. Guy gets up. He's next to us, and they're yelling out the window. Tom rolls his window down. He's yelling. There's yelling back.
Driving?
Tom's driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Windows down. Yelling is ensuing. We have passengers in the back, windows down, yelling, all of this, right?
Egging on,
not making the situation any better. So this guy acted like he was going to try to like bump us off the road. And so Tom backs off. Gets in front of us. And there's a little bit of that going on for a little bit. So finally he pulls over. We pull over, and I'm like, just pull over. Let's see if we can diplomatically work our way out of this situation. Yeah. So the one truck is probably stops like 50 yards behind us, and headlights are on. See a guy get out of the truck, and I'm like, and I see that he's got in his hand a pistol.
Oh, great.
And now I'm in the back, right? And I'm full on panic mode because I can't get out.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, this is not good. I'm like, he's got a gun. And everybody's like, really freaking out. I'm like, he's got a gun. And everybody's like, well, roll the windows up. I'm like, that's not going to help us.
Yeah, that'll stop.
I'm like, somebody let me the fuck out of here so I can talk to this guy. And they're like, yeah, I let him. I'm like, well, in order for me to get out, everybody else has to get out. Right. Because, you got to get out, and then you got to flip the front seat. You
can't just pop the.
Tom probably could have got out, had to get the key, because it's like that. Oh. We're talking 35 years ago. You had to get a key to pop the hatch.
Like 86.
I graduated in 86. So this kid comes up, and he's banging on the driver's side window. He's got a pistol in his fucking hand.
Banging on the window.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of gun it was?
Dude, no.
Sorry, I was just curious.
I was 17 years old. It was completely irrelevant. It was the kind that would kill you. That much I knew at the time. And I said, like, just roll the window down. He's like, he's going to shoot me. I said, if he wants to shoot you, he can shoot you through the glass. Roll the fucking window down.
You're going to get shot either way. Bro.
Either way, somebody's going to die if he pulls the trigger. So he rolls the window down. I'm like, dude, like I'm like this, Hey, buddy, Hey, what?
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Can I? And he's like, you scared my girlfriend. I'm like, dude, we were just fucking around. We're just joking. It's cool. He's like, it isn't cool. Thank God. Like, this guy is ramping it up now. He's got the gun right next to my buddy's head.
Oh my God.
Like this side, because he's driving this side. And I'm like, holy shit, this is going to go bad. This is going to be bad. Like, how do you explain this one? Thank God. The other one of the dude that was driving the other truck comes up with his girlfriend at that moment when things are really escalating and says, dude, what in the hell? What are you doing? He grabs him. Put that back in your truck. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh my gosh.
And the girl's like, the girlfriend is like freaking out.
Of
like,
course,
what are you doing? He's like, they scared whatever her name was. And it's like, what? All we did was yell that you were stupid Hicks. We weren't scaring anybody. And you are stupid Hicks.
And you just scared the shit out of us.
Like, literally, you're going to point a gun at somebody over that? So, yeah.
Going back to one of the previous episode that I was on, that's aggravated menacing with a weapon.
That would have been, yeah, nobody thought to, well, and that was the kind of situation at that time in our lives where it was like, we're not telling anybody about this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the pact is made the minute everybody's got their drawers back on
because
and we're driving away. Don't ever talk about this.
Even though you guys technically didn't do anything wrong, your parents would still ream you for being stupid. So
yeah.
You're like,
And I think this was even before school was out for the year, so we were still in school, so we would have had our whole senior year between graduating high school and going off to college fucked up because we would have been grounded and all kinds of other stupid stuff. We're like, we're not doing that.
yeah.
You can't go to the graduation party. You can't do this. You can't do that. You're on lockdown all summer. I'm like, nobody says a word about this ever again.
Take it to the grave.
Yeah.
Did you guys, like that group of guys ever talk about that at a later date?
I don't think. I don't recall that we ever did discuss it ever again. It was scary.
Well, no, I mean, I believe it. Yeah,
That's pretty.
Like, I was like a fish in a tank in the back of that frickin'
completely
helpless. And I see a guy with a pistol in his hand, and I'm going, oh man, like how's
You're like, what do you do?
I can't. I first of all, I can barely move in there because it's a tiny little car. I can barely move. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's gonna put one right in the back window, and it's like it's all over.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a wild
story,
one.
though.
That was a wild one.
I love that story.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, anybody have any opinion on where things stand with this whole Epstein files thing?
I knew we had to talk about it at some point.
Yeah, I figured it was going to come up eventually. I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is insane. The whole situation.
We could probably talk for hours about this topic.
But do you think? Okay, so part of the problem there were two problems there were two things that were blocking more information coming out about the Epstein files Epstein files, is that number one, the government was shut down or is still technically shut down.
Well, we were also owed this on day one, FYI. We were told it on day one of the administration we were going to have this stuff.
But
so the government shut down notwithstanding.
Right. But
irrelevant, in my opinion.
But for the last
43 days,
that
I think it was, yeah.
We weren't able to do anything because the government was shut down. So crazy. But so that was the first roadblock. And they were the Senate voted to open the government. I don't think that the House has voted on that yet.
It's over, yes. It's over? Okay. The president signed it, yeah.
Okay, so shutdown's over. Cool. The second roadblock was that there were 217 votes to release the Epstein files. There was somebody who, unfortunately, right after the 2024 election, there was a congressman from Arizona who shortly after he was elected, he passed away. And so in that situation, the state nominates somebody to hold that seat for the remainder of a term, or unless they hold a special election. So they appoint this woman to take that gentleman's seat, and she never got sworn in. And Mike Johnson, who's the Speaker of the House, he refused to swear her in. He kept delaying it and delaying it.
Because she was going to vote in favor of releasing them?
Correct. So he kept delaying it, like, I'm not swearing you in, I'm not doing any of that. And then, but at some point, like, I know that she wasn't an elected official, but she has been selected to take that guy's place.
Yeah.
You can't just not swear her
Yeah.
in. Sorry. You can't just, and she is a Democrat, Mike Johnson, and the House is ruled by Republicans right now. But you can't just not feel like you can't
no, I agree.
Swear the person in.
That's a BS move.
So the shutdown prolonged that for 43 additional days.
Oh my gosh.
And so they were making a stink about, Thomas Massey, who's somebody who's like kind of been a champion of, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican.
Right. So,
Americans deserve to know the truth.
Yes.
And so he tweeted about it last night.
Yeah, I saw a clip too of his. I don't know who interviewed him, but he was talking about why he thinks Trump is hesitating on this.
Yeah.
But he did not. In that interview, he didn't. His suspicion was not that Trump knew or was involved. His suspicion was that Trump is trying to not embarrass some people who are
involved,
and who may be
interesting
friends of his or something like that.
That may or may not be true, but
I don't. Yeah,
so that woman,
nobody knows.
That congresswoman from Arizona, she was sworn in today. First thing she does, she votes to release the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the 218 votes necessary, and they released like 28.
There were some emails and stuff,
like 28,000 documents, like between documents, emails, and other correspondence. And there were only, out of those 28,000 pieces of material, there are only 3 emails that mention Trump by name. And there's one between Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and then there's 2 between Epstein and Michael Wolff, who I'm not, is that like his lawyer?
He's a journalist.
Okay, he's a journalist. Okay. I wasn't familiar with
So,
Michael
yeah, he's a journalist.
But in the one from Epstein to Maxwell, he says that Trump is the dog who won't bark, and that he also said that Trump, or that he's in relation to Trump, I'm 75% of the way there. So what does that
whatever
mean?
that means, right?
And then the other 2 correspondents, one being in 2019, that between Michael Wolff and Epstein, that they were talking about, like Fox News was going to ask Trump about the Epstein files, and Wolff was like, do you want to like tell Trump what to say as a response? And Epstein basically says, don't prepare a response. He's going to be like, Wolff says, if you, like, from a very politician move, if you do X, then you will get Y from Trump. If you do A, then you will get B. And it was all basically political collateral.
Yeah.
And Epstein says, just let Trump do it, because he's going to go on the news and they're going to like surprise him with the question. He won't be prepared, and he's probably going to make a fool of himself, basically is what Epstein said. And
Right.
But there's nothing in those correspondence that directly say that Trump was involved.
And I guess my question about it isn't so much related to Donald Trump. I found it interesting that there was an article published today, I think in the USA Today, that talked about, I don't remember the source of this, but basically Bill Clinton, in all of this correspondence, now they're determining that Bill Clinton never went to the private island.
But he was on the flight logs.
I'm just saying, okay, so where my head goes with that is, once again, a typical psyop from the mainstream media. We've heard for the last 8 years about Bill Clinton and his escapades. Longer than 8 years, but I'm talking about with respect to his relationship with Epstein, him being on the flight log, etc., and him being fingered. That's probably not the best word. Him being but victims have pointed out the fact that he was there at places.
Right.
Yeah, so when I use the word finger, that's not what I meant.
Well, there was some of that going on.
There was.
He wasn't the one.
Well, we don't know who was fingering who, but whatever. That's beside the point. But I find it interesting that now, when the mainstream media so badly wants to implicate Trump in this whole thing, that now Bill Clinton apparently, well, he was never on the island, so what's the problem?
I don't know. So here's my thing over the whole Epstein thing. So there I'm sure, to the point that we're at now, and we've talked about this in the past, how in people with money and in places of power, positions of power, especially in the government, politicians, Hollywood actors, anyone in that status, Diddy, whoever you want to bring up, it doesn't matter. There's always anyone in that rank or in that kind of status.
Yep.
They're all definitely doing some kind of suppression on this to keep it quiet.
Yes.
And I think that it's so big and probably worse than we think it is, that they're afraid to release it because there are so many people up in.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And I agree with that. But
was it Prince Andrew?
Yes.
So he
he's been stripped of his royal titles. He's no longer the
Was he
Duke.
stripped, or did he relinquish?
No, the king of England
Prince
took
Charles.
it. He's king.
King Charles. Sorry.
He took that from him. He took his titles away. He's shipping them off to one of the monarchy's private residences. Okay, it's one of their private homes, and is
basically being put in house arrest by the king.
More or less. And I was reading recently, because interesting you brought that up. Apparently, there's some strife within King Charles's family. He has another brother and another sister, and his son, who I always get their names mixed up. Who's William, who would be next in line to be king. Those three have believed that the king didn't go far enough. They think that there should have been more done.
That was too lenient.
Correct, in their opinion. Right. And he still, and Andrew still claims his innocence. However, the girl who claimed that he raped her multiple times committed suicide just back in April. And that didn't happen because he didn't do anything, or other people didn't do anything.
Right.
I mean, I think I agree with you. I think it's like there are a lot of high level individuals that were probably involved in this. I'm not saying that they necessarily knew that there was some sort of like prostitution of underage girls going on, but they were participating in sexual acts with women who were underage, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so whether or not you knew that it was some sort of orchestrated ring by Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein is irrelevant. The fact that you were engaging in sexual activity with a minor is a problem.
Yes. Well, I mean,
and
I think that both are relevant. I think that it's anybody who engages in a sexual act with a minor or knew about it and didn't do anything about it is guilty.
And I think that's where it gets really deep. Is I think there are a lot of people that maybe did not engage but were fully aware of what was going on.
I mean, I agree with that.
And I think that's where it gets dicey. But I think at the end of the day, like I think we tax-paying voting citizens in this country deserve to know if our politicians are sleazeballs. We all suspect that they are.
Well, yeah.
It's like the media, like it's like they throw us out a token sleazeball every 6 months,
like Menendez,
yes,
New Jersey,
yeah. Like we're gonna throw you.
He was being bribed with literal gold bars.
literal gold bars. We're gonna throw you a sleazeball.
He is in prison now.
And look what we did. Like we put him in prison.
Yeah.
And I think that's all part of like a way to diffuse people asking questions about Why are these people?
See, we do clean up corruption.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We're not completely blind to the corruption.
And I also believe that the media is involved in this as well in covering all this up. I mean, there have been tons of documentaries about this guy. It's not a secret what he was doing. I don't think it's a secret.
But I don't think that everybody has put it I don't think everybody has put two and two together. That it's very obvious that at this point, to me, that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and maybe some other individuals, their plan was.
It was blackmail plan.
They were creating blackmail situations on high level individuals, whether that be politicians or actors or royalty of other countries, that we're going to get you to do something that's so heinous that if you ever go against what we want you to do, we release it and you spend your life in prison.
And I think the bigger, I mean, I don't know if it's bigger, but a byproduct of this becomes why were they blackmailing those people? Why did they feel that they needed to control that for them by offering them opportunity to get on this private plane, go to this island and have sex with 19-year-old girls or 18-year-old girls or younger than that?
I was going to say younger than that.
In a lot of cases.
I mean, you can still human traffic somebody who's not a minor.
Correct.
Right? But there were underage women or underage girls involved.
Right.
And then there are girls who were older than 18 who were being trafficked,
right, and raped.
Which is
essentially raped. They were being raped.
Underage or not.
It's wrong.
Yes.
It's illegal and it's wrong. It's morally wrong. But
yes.
I think that's does it open this can of worms that our politicians think is far too big for us to
I think
comprehend? What were they trying to control these people for?
I mean, they were trying to control these people because they have a greater agenda.
Well, that's what I'm asking. What is that agenda? That's.
I think it's honestly. I think, and this is sad to think this, but I think it's to save and prevent embarrassment of all these people because they know there's so many people that are probably guilty of this.
Well, you know what though,
and who gives a shit?
But we've talked about this on this show a number of times. If you and I did that, our ass would be in prison.
They bury you under the prison.
Yeah, you could literally
without a second thought.
You'd go to prison and probably be killed in prison because
because you're a chomo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is not
those
okay.
Guys don't last very long.
No,
in prison.
They don't. Right.
When they send those people to a real prison, not when they send them.
No, I'm not talking about
I'm
not talking about a corporate prison.
Yeah.
Right. Where we'll send you to the comfy prison, the low security.
Yeah. You can just live out the rest of your years.
White collar crime.
Right. No. You
What-
send him to a legitimate maximum security prison, you're going to end up dead. Correct. You would be dead.
Right.
Okay, so the rules for me, rules for thee thing is like it just like the gap just keeps getting wider and wider.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think you're 100% right that there are going to be a lot of high level, highly public people that will be thoroughly embarrassed and
lives ruined
because of this if and when it comes
almost,
out, but I don't care.
It's almost as mind shattering as if the government came out and said, we have proof that there are aliens, they are in fact, we have talked to them and they are here. It would be the same amount of level of mind altering as if you said 50% of the people that are in Hollywood or in DC have been involved in child sex trafficking, because how can you trust? Because we know about things that are like MK Ultra or Agent Orange or Operation Northwoods or Operation Mockingbird. We know about all of these situations where the government has done very bad things, and I don't know why people kind of brush it off as like, well, now the government's telling the truth. That was the government back then.
It's the government in the 60s, and we were
don't do
fighting
that anymore.
We were fighting some real evil out there.
Like,
Yeah.
During the Cold War and all that stuff, that like we had to protect ourselves from the commies.
but like that doesn't. I mean, that excuse doesn't exist anymore.
Correct.
And so, like, I truly believe that the agenda of the people who are doing the blackmailing is they want to destroy Western Christian values.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And like, look at all the stuff that progressives are pushing. It's very anti-Western Christian values.
Yeah.
And they're trying to normalize these things. And it makes so much sense when you sit there and go, how come, whether you're Democrat or Republican, there's 435 members of the House of Representatives, 435 individuals, and there's 100 in the Senate, so 535 people, and they continually vote against the interest of the common man. And at some point, you have to say, there's no, like, why do these people consistently vote against the interest of the common man? Money money is a very powerful tool, but at some point you can't just go, well, they were bribed. Like, because at some point it has to be more than just money. These people are afraid if they get caught doing what supposedly may have happened, then they're going to spend their life in prison. And if the justice system does not hammer down on them, then it becomes clear that we don't have a real system of justice.
Right.
So, like, then the curtain falls down, the show is over, the truth has been revealed, and like, yeah, somebody, some lobbyist in DC can come up to you and say, I really need you to make this vote about, like, there's this environmental bill about electric vehicles coming up, and if you don't vote against it, I'm going to spend $10 million in the primary and you're going to lose your seat. Like, at some point, that no longer becomes a factor, that it's more of a threat. Because, I mean, again, out of the 535 members of Congress, most of those people are millionaires.
Yep.
And they will be just fine if they lose their race and they go home. They will be fine. They're not going to hurt financially. It's about power and influence. If it is exposed what they actually did, like, if it comes out like, oh yeah, Congressman so and so from whatever state, they took bribes from this lobbyist, like, they might face a fine, an FEC violation.
It's not going to hurt them.
It's not. They don't care. They'll pay the fine. They'll move on.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Disgraced. You're
If it-
you're out.
You'll lose your
Whatever.
seat, but
Whatever.
then- but
Whatever.
then whatever.
Yeah. You're not going to prison for the rest of your life.
No, you can
The
easily
the
retire.
bribery is not the issue. The issue is that they did something far worse, and that was they were involved in sex trafficking
Well, the thing that I find
on camera.
Yeah, on camera. Yes. The thing that I find very interesting too is the fact that, like I said, how the media will throw us a sleazeball, curveball every once in a while, and they did that in Hollywood with Harvey Weinstein, right?
Yeah.
They threw that pig out there and said, "We're throwing your ass under the bus."
Yeah.
So, but
Too bad, so sad.
But it opens the door for everybody to see. It's cracked, and you can kind of see what's going on in that dark room, right? Like, any rational person would look at the stuff that came out about Harvey Weinstein and say, he can't be the only person that was doing that kind of crap in Hollywood.
Well, and we know that Diddy was involved in this stuff, and the amount of people, like,
Yeah, and the
What
guy's
about-
going
I
to
mean,
serve
Ju-
2 years in jail. 2 years.
Justin Bieber was,
Dude, he's
as a
not right.
child, he was molested by
He's
Diddy,
not right.
and we're going to act like
That's okay, and that
that's
didn't happen.
okay, and 2 years in prison is
And
the
the music
worthy
industry's
sentence for that.
like, I mean, Chester Bennington from
Yeah, Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park committed suicide.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell died,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of talk that's been out there that those people were also they knew things that were going on in I'm just going to say entertainment industry, whether it be music or movies.
That, like Kurt Cobain was killed?
I go back to that a lot and think that might have been the case, but it happened so long ago now. It's like it's a case where it's like, was it ever officially closed? Did they close it?
I think they
I can't remember
did.
if we talked about this.
I don't think we did, but
I mean, the official story is that he killed himself.
Right, that's out there, but
yeah,
But like
that's a
well,
case
well,
they tried to
I think
reopen one time,
I think the official story is he overdosed.
right.
but he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
I've watched some crazy stories. On
that tends to be the MO that people have a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But like, okay,
Oh, we want to talk about the Clintons and the self-inflicted gunshot wounds around them.
The Clintons, I mean, I wouldn't want to be friends with them because everybody that they're friends with
Ends up dead.
die in mysterious ways. They either, they
Shot themselves in the back of the
They
head.
shoot themselves in the back of the head, or they fall off a cliff while they're out on a jog, or they wind up drowning in a creek.
Weird boating
They die
accidents.
They just so happen to die in a car crash.
Yeah.
And like it's very.
But I guess I think
They've been plagued.
I think what it begs the question, and we talk about this, and I'm not afraid to talk about it again. Like, I think our media is full of slime bags.
Yeah.
Politicians, for the most part, are slime bags, sleazeballs. Most of them are. Yeah. And if they're not, when they get there, they end up being one shortly thereafter because of all of this
system in place that gets you in line.
Correct.
And that's
disturbing, though. That's very disturbing.
Yeah.
It should be disturbing to every American. Like I said this going back when the whole January 6th thing started, and regardless of what has come out about that event, okay, the fact that there were questions being asked about the validity of that election, I don't care who you voted for, I don't care if you don't vote, and I don't care what party you affiliate yourself with. The fact that there still are questions about it, the validity of that election should concern you. Because we've heard from the left for the last 10 years how a particular person is a threat to democracy. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
A one individual is a threat to democracy. And yet, there are questions about the validity of a presidential election, and if you ask a question about it, you're an asshole.
Well, but did you know that ever since 2000, we've had what? How many elections?
Six elections since then.
2000, which 2000 was a very
contested election. That was
election.
It
came down to Florida,
the hanging Chad,
right?
Incident.
So apparently, every single loser of a presidential election since 2000 has challenged the results.
I know
of the
that.
election.
I know.
But
that
2020 was the big deal
because it's Donald Trump.
Because it was Trump. But Trump did make a big stink about it.
And
and unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it now.
No, and I'm not saying that. I'm looking at this I'm trying to look at this from 30,000 feet and say, look, the fact that and Dinesh Souza put together a documentary about that election, 2,000 mules. Was that what it's called? Or 200 mules? Something like that. About ballot harvesting and all these things, right? And again, whether or not you want to believe it to be true, the fact that it could be happening should concern you. Sure. That's my point. My point is I don't want to get in a pissing contest with somebody about the hat that you wear, okay? I don't care about that. This country, we should be able to go to the polls and feel like we're being able to voice our opposition to or our support for a particular candidate tax levy, anything that's on the ballot
set
with
of ideals.
set of ideals without there being anybody's dirty dick beaters behind the scenes messing with stuff.
And I personally feel from voting that I go in there because that's what we should do, but I leave there with the mindset of like, whatever I just did didn't even matter.
And that's
how I feel. And I'm sure a million other people feel the same way.
oh, I'm sure there's tens of millions of people who feel that way, and that's sad. That's sad to me. And I think, I think that is part of what has been going on in the last probably 20 years is trying to get people to feel that way, to not give a damn about even. I'm just not even going to show up.
Yeah. So then the people
Because it
that
doesn't
vote
matter.
aren't even voting now too.
Right. The people that can vote just aren't even doing it because they think it doesn't matter what I do because somebody's over here fudging with results and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pathetic. And, I and going back to the whole thing with this Epstein thing, it's like, yeah, I'm sure that there could be, and well, there will be eventually if it ever, we all have suspicions about who these people are.
Right.
And it may be people that we didn't have any suspicions about that are going to be thrown into the spotlight that are sleazeballs.
And that's the other thing, like that goes into like, especially today, we idolize so many people, especially in Hollywood and musicians and even politicians and people in power, and it's like we're clouded by this curtain of like we consume so much content and entertainment every year, and I think that list may be so large that a lot of those faces that people idolize will be, it'll be that kind of situation.
Well, even
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys hear about this? Did you hear about Elon Musk selling X?
I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Like
He sold X,
Okay.
right? Like the app,
Like Twitter.
formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
So
Not ecstasy.
yes,
It's like he sold
yes,
X?
not the drug.
Wait a minute.
So
What?
So Elon Musk sold X to a company called XAI
Okay.
for a full stock option, not a cash buy or anything. He's a 53% owner of XAI, this company that he sold X to, okay? So, and allegedly the stock evaluation that he sold it for was $11 billion less than he purchased
Than he paid for
X
it?
for. Okay, so what
He
that-
paid for like $40 billion for it or something like that when he bought it.
right. So because he is the 53% majority owner of XAI, he's still the majority owner of the app known as X.
Okay.
But because he took a $11 billion loss on paper, no real money on paper, when it comes to capital gains, he's $11 billion in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately turned around and sold $3 billion worth of Tesla stock. So he sold fake stock, like he sold X for an $11 billion loss, which wasn't real because he did not buy X for cash. He bought it leveraging Tesla stock. So he didn't lose any money to actually buy it.
Mm-hmm.
He sold it without actually losing real money, like in a bank account money. According to capital gains, he's $11 billion in the hole, sells $3 billion worth of stock, which is real money. And now that's $3 billion of tax-free income because according to capital gains, he's a net loss.
Correct.
But he didn't actually lose money. He
Right.
actually increased the money in his bank account by $3 billion. And like, I'm not a socialist. I'm not,
Oh, you're not?
a communist at all. But what the heck, dude? Like, how come, like,
Hey.
you and I, the people in this room, we don't have assets to leverage
Not like that.
No.
like that.
No.
Like, sure, you could leverage your house, but like, you don't, okay, I mean, we don't need to get into the details about your property ownership, but like, you don't own any land. You own a building on land that the land is owned by an HOA. But like, the average person does not own much of anything at all.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, you might be able to leverage a couple tens of thousands of dollars for a HELOC to do improvements on your house. Maybe.
Well, you're borrowing money against the equity
Right.
in your home when you do that.
Which it's so hard to build equity.
And it's like, okay, well, and unfortunately, property taxes went up last year, right? So now your home is worth more than it was 6 years ago.
Right.
On paper.
So
For tax purposes so that they can collect property taxes from you. But
So,
now
like-
you can borrow money against that.
Kind of like how, Jordan was just saying that there are we idolize human beings, whether that be actors or politicians or, there's so many people on Twitter who just they lose their mind for Elon, that he's this billionaire genius
He's a
who's
genius.
going to save, the economy.
Yeah, he's going to save us all.
He's
Right.
going to save us all because
Yeah.
he's going to put the first man on Mars. Who cares? It's
I
not
don't give
gonna
a
save
shit
the
about that
economy.
anyway. Whatever. Okay.
And it's like he at the end of the day, he is just another man who is working the system to make literally billions of dollars that he doesn't have to pay income tax on.
Yep.
That the average guy can't do the same thing.
Nope.
And it's not fair. So as a capitalist who's very disappointed in the capitalist system, it's it's like
Well, those types of rules and regulations that have been put in place are for a reason to allow the people, the elite people, the same people we're talking about that might be in a spotlight when the files get released, if they get released, to give them opportunities to continue to grow their wealth
right.
and provide generational wealth for their families. And if you're not on that list, then guess what? You're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the common person barely scrapes by.
Well, hey, but,
Right.
but don't worry. You can now get a 50-year mortgage.
Yeah, you
so
can.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah. Don't worry about that. You can buy. You
I-
can buy a
you know-
home now because you're going to be paying for it for 50
the rest of
years.
your life.
Yeah.
I
Perfect. That's great.
I don't want to admit how much I pay for my mortgage payment, but I went to make the mortgage payment at the beginning of this month, and I saw how much of the payment actually went to the principal versus interest. And I was appalled.
Yes.
That
Well,
only not even
Brant.
$300.
Brant,
It wasn't even $300.
But you know why that is,
goes
right?
Towards the
Because
principal.
the bank took a chance by lending you money, and they have to get their money
And
back.
somebody owns all the banks.
I have.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna get
have-
into that.
I have pay stubs and bank receipts that show that I can afford to make the payment. It wasn't taking a chance on me.
It is taking a chance on you because you might default. And guess what? The whole idea, same thing with your car loan. That's where the term upside down comes from, because you're paying more in interest than you are to the principal of the loan, because the bank's got to get their money back. Not to mention that every time your money gets direct deposited in the bank every fucking Friday, guess what? They're making money off that. Because why? Because they're loaning it out to people.
Right.
But you know what? At the end of the day, we're worried about losing the penny.
Yeah, we got people up in arms because we're not minting pennies anymore. What's happening?
We're gonna lose money by not minting the penny.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Well,
yeah.
I think if all of us really took the chance to we took all of the pennies out of our glove box and our center console and our couch, we might be able to scrape up enough pennies to save the economy.
We might.
Maybe.
If everybody gave a shit enough to save.
I just go to Coinstar and just dump them in there and get my money and
Oh,
walk the hell away.
Coinstar.
Yeah, and they're gonna
scam.
make like $10 off of my
Oh,
few thousand pennies.
What if
you might have a weak penny in there that's worth $1,000.
Coinstar is probably just taking your pennies and minting them down and selling the raw copper. They're
I mean, it could be. I don't know what they do with it.
could be.
But
They're probably just selling the
think
raw
about it.
material.
It's a
It's
genius
worth more.
idea. It's a genius idea, right?
is.
Because people don't like pocket change. People haven't liked pocket change for decades.
I mean, I'm bad. I hardly ever carry cash.
most people don't.
I only go to because I lived in an apartment still, and now I'm currently coming here and doing my laundry. But for a while, the only time I would get cash was to go get quarters, which is harder than you think nowadays to get.
To get quarters.
To get quarters, oh my God!
To get a roll of quarters.
It's like you got to cut off your left hand to get quarters now. So you have to wheel and deal and go to the car wash or go to like some small shops that'll like actually sell you a roll.
You
of
got to
quarters.
buy like a pack of
bank-
gum and like, can I have all my change in
The
quarters,
bank
please?
Will not give you more than one roll of quarters.
Bro,
Isn't
Yes.
isn't a single roll of quarters only like $25?
yes.
25.
$25.
Yep.
Dude, I went, listen to this. You think that's, and that is crazy. Okay?
insane.
That is
How
crazy.
many loads of laundry can you get with 25 quarters or $25 worth of quarters?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Because they raise the prices.
So
of
what is it, $2 a load?
machines that break every few weeks.
Yeah.
And it's
They don't
It's
actually
like,
dry your clothes, so you have to.
it's
run it multiple times.
$1.75 per wash and dry
So $3.50 for a load.
per load.
Yeah. So you can
And
do,
you usually have to dry twice.
you can do, yeah, okay.
So-
So maybe 6 loads of laundry if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So you want to hear a crazy story about banks? You want to have banks are a bunch of schmucks, sleazeball pieces of shit.
They've
are.
always been.
They always have
Yes.
been. But here's a great story for you. And I'm not going to go into the dirty details of how this all developed. However, I have in my hand a check written out to me. This is about a year ago. It was $400 ish.
Okay.
Okay, not a lot of money. Go to my bank. I want to cash this. Simple request, right?
Yeah.
You'd think so.
Sorry, sir, we don't cash checks here. I said, are you not a bank? Well, we are, but we don't do that at this branch. I'm sorry?
You don't have $400.
You have
in this
2 ATMs in here. You don't have $400 worth of cash bills that you can give me for this check. I have an account here. I have X number of dollars in this bank, and you can't give me $400? Sorry, sir, we don't do that here.
Yeah, because this is what they want you to do now. Are you talking about the Canfield branch?
Yeah.
Okay, so I also go there.
Yep.
Chase Bank.
They
Yes.
yeah, Chase.
JP Morgan Chase, for those
So, yeah,
watching.
they do not have
listening.
tellers anymore.
Right.
And you, so what they would hope that you would want to do is take that check and either deposit it on the Chase mobile app into your account.
Yes.
And then go get cash from the ATM.
Yes.
Or, go to and use only the ATM.
Right. So I didn't want to do that.
And there's probably plenty of people now that still don't.
Like,
wanna
I'm
do
like,
that.
that's a stupid. So anyhow, I have another account at another bank because I manage all of my father's funds. Okay. I'm his power of attorney. Just so nobody has any raised eyebrows about why I have an account with my dad's money in it. So I go to that bank and say, can you cash this check for me? The lady says, of course I can. You have an account here, right? Yep, here it is. Boop, here's an account. Yep, sure, no problem. Here's your money. Thanks, sir. And I said, I just want to let you know that you're like, the other bank that I bank at told me that they couldn't do this. And she was like, what? What bank is that? I told her. She goes, I've never heard of that. I'm like, well, it's out there. It's on the street.
It's weird.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Can
like
you
it's not
freaking-
like you walked in and you're like, oh, can I withdraw $1 million in cash,
Yeah.
please?
Right.
Like,
Can I want to empty? I
$400.
want to empty all of my accounts. I want it all in cash right now, please. I wanted to cash a $400 check.
Does it? I mean, like, does it concern you at all that like the majority of? I mean, okay, so like the majority of people, I receive my paycheck via direct deposit.
Yeah, because a lot of companies, that's all they do anymore.
Right.
They don't
So it's like-
do paper checks.
Well, I mean, the company that I work for is based in Florida, so like they're not going to cut me a check anyway.
No, but I mean, a lot of companies don't even do that.
Sure,
You have to have a
bank account.
At
ba-
most,
bank
bank
account-
like an ADP card.
yes, they'll you either have to have a bank account or they'll give you a quote unquote pay card
Yeah.
that they will deposit your
I
check
did
to.
not know about that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, that's
So, like,
that's so.
but, like,
yeah, they're
does
not
it-
giving you. They're
does
not
it-
cutting checks.
Does it concern you at all that like the majority of the money that you own or that's in your possession, you've never seen that money? Like,
Does it concern me?
It's just a number,
'Cause you see a
on,
number
a
on a
screen
screen.
that's like,
What-
yeah, I have.
What concerns me even more than that is the fact that that all of the money that I own is generating interest being loaned to people that I don't know.
And like,
And I get
And-
I
and-
get like
and
a
apparently-
1% freaking
But
like if I have in a savings account I get 1% a month.
and apparently you can't go to the bank and say, I want to take all of my money out. They'll say,
No.
of course not.
You don't
No.
own that
You
money.
can't do that. Oh, and by the
Bro,
way,
we don't. do that here.
Or if
Aren't
it's
you the place that I pay to keep
what's the
money
big
at?
what's the big safe for? Like, what is that just for show? What's in there?
Yeah. Where's
It's a safety deposit box where people keep their
where's the
jewelry and
money?
passports.
Where's the money at?
Right. Well, and also you're aware of the fact that if you try to withdraw $10,000 or more in cash, they are required to advise the government that you've done that.
Who cares?
I-
What if I?
But it's a red.
10K
That's a
for my
red
mattress?
flag. Like the fact that the government.
But like, what if I was gonna go to a used car dealership and buy a car in cash?
In full cash.
And I so happen to
you're
have
probably going to
10K.
get a letter in the mail from the IRS at some point about something about why you did that.
And I'm gonna say it's none of your business what I spend my money.
Well, it is their business, though. They think it's their
it's
business.
It's not like if I want to withdraw all the money in my bank account and go to the casino and put it all on black, it's none of your business.
But you can't do that.
I can do that. It's my money.
You think you can do that, but in
It's
reality,
my
you can't do it.
money.
Well, go try to do that tomorrow. Go try to withdraw every penny that you have in the bank in cash tomorrow.
Well,
and let me know how that goes.
Why don't we all go do it at the exact same time and cause an economic
Yes.
collapse?
Let's do that.
We'll probably get arrested.
Because they're going to arrest us for trying to take what's ours.
Maybe
No, they would.
they probably would.
They would because if enough people went to a single bank,
I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened in the Great Depression.
Correct.
Everybody went to the banks and said, "I want my freaking money."
The money's not there.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is like, banks became a thing because they're like, you like having money, right? Yes, I like having money. Well, we can keep your money safe, so you should keep your money here, but you can access it whenever you want. Okay, so the small town, of a couple thousand people, everybody keeps their money at the bank because it's safe at the bank, and whenever I need a little bit of
we'll throw you a couple pennies for keeping it here.
I don't care about your pennies.
But at the time, that was an incentive,
Sure.
to some extent.
Rather than keeping it in your mattress at
Correct.
home.
Yeah.
So like usury is such a scam, and there's a reason that usury was banned because it's a scam, and it's like, and economic models don't take into account that if I go to the bank and I deposit $10,000 and they immediately turn around and give you a loan for $9,000, they will say that they created $9,000 worth of money into the economy.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to go the next day and say, okay, I changed my mind, I want to take my
I want my 10 grand back.
I want my 10 grand back. I'm going to go bank at a different company. They're going to go,
Here's a form, sir.
your money's not, I mean,
Here you-
in reality, if we were the only two customers at the bank and they gave you a $9,000 loan, they're going to go, well, we only have $1,000 to give you.
Right.
But, FDIC certified cash, they have to give you $10,000. Does it not concern you a little bit that the amount of money that they say our GDP is like the vast majority of it isn't real money?
Yeah.
Okay, because if they say, okay, the American economy, I don't know what it is. It's a couple $1 trillion. That money doesn't exist. There aren't.
It's all just a bunch of smoke and mirrors and numbers. That's all it is.
The money, if everybody were to withdraw all of their cash and sell all of their stocks, there's not the GDP equivalent in circulation. It's not real. It's all numbers on a screen. And they were doing this before electronic banking was a thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So it's all fake.
Yeah, and it's like with electronic banking, it's more of a way for they're in control, but they want you to feel like you're in control of your money that way.
Right.
Well, and it's convenient, right?
Right. We're not going to charge you the annual fee of keeping your money in our account, and it's because they loan your money out to somebody else,
right?
And
yeah,
they make so much.
And that used
more
to be
money.
a thing, not
banks,
that long ago.
The banks don't make their money on annual fees anymore. They make their money on the interest that they loaned your money.
But that
out
it wasn't that long ago that you got charged annual fees to have your money in a bank. It wasn't that long ago. That was legitimately a thing.
Like it's a big selling point whenever you open a credit card or a bank account. We don't charge an annual fee. It's like, yeah, because I know that you make so much more
You're
money.
charging me
loaning my money
27%
out.
interest for every purchase I make on this credit card. Of course, you don't need to start charge me $50 annual fee.
Right.
You're going to make that in 3 months when I don't pay the balance off.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bunch of crap.
We have a fiat money situation, fiat currency. It's all fake money. It's not bad. I mean, ever since we were taking off the gold standard, and I don't think that enough people realize that moving off of the gold standard has hurt our economy as much as it has. I mean, okay, my wife, who is a very intelligent person, admitted to me that she did not know what the gold standard was. And so I told her, I was like, well, back in the 70s under Richard Nixon, right? We traded the gold standard for oil, which is a fluctuating, it's a finite resource.
Yep.
And like I explained to her, it used to be your dollar bill could technically, you could go to the bank and say, I want $1 worth of gold. Even if it was a little tiny speck of gold, your money was backed by gold.
Which was...
it was considered a valuable
That
resource.
was the valuable asset.
And again, that's a manufactured resource because, like, at the time, precious metals like gold and silver, they were chosen to be precious metals because we didn't use, like, gold is too soft for manufacturing. I mean, nowadays we do use gold for some manufacturing, but for the most part, it was only good for jewelry and special ornate things, and it didn't have a lot of industry value. So that's why we chose it to be a precious metal. But like nowadays, it's not like our currency is not backed by gold, so our currency is not backed by anything.
Right.
By nothing.
And if you look at the inflation chart from like all of the 20th century leading up to the 70s when we got off of the gold standard, inflation has skyrocketed. And it's insane.
Just look at the price of gold. I was texting you this 6 months ago when I said, man, I wish I would have bought gold in 1995 when it was $379 an ounce. It's $4,000 an ounce today.
That's crazy.
And has been as high as $4,300 an ounce.
This is,
I think,
adjacent. But like, did you see whenever they issued the COVID stimulus checks that were for like the $1,400 stimulus check? If you bought Bitcoin, if you put all of your $1,400 in Bitcoin when those checks dropped, it would be worth $21,000 today.
Oh my God.
But like,
but again, that's another one of those things. Like you're talking about, like this fiat currency that we have. Like it's just not like it's not really real.
it's not real.
Bitcoin is
Also not real.
It's the same thing.
Well, but
it's just like this manufactured concept that people like, oh, and it's worth. I don't even know what
it's like
a Bitcoin cost is worth today.
Bitcoin's worth.
Not that it matters, but it's like, what do you do with that?
Well, so like, I mean,
Are you like, what do you do? Like, okay, I got
The only
a
reason-
Bitcoin. I'm gonna turn it in or sell it
like the only reason that a Bitcoin is worth anything is because people agree.
because somebody said it's worth something, right?
Just
And
like the
it-
first person that decided to say that we needed to have a currency for things.
That was really the downfall of
That was the
humanity,
downfall
right
right
there.
there.
Back when you could, like, you were the person that you were the blacksmith, you were the furrier, you were the
local trader,
you were the whatever, you were the butcher, you were the guy, you sold hogs, whatever. You said, all right, I'll give you 2 hogs, you give me I need 2 wheels for my wagon. You go to the blacksmith and he makes you some wheels and you give him a pig.
Right.
Like, what happened to that? Like, what's wrong with that?
Well, because you can't.
Because we don't do any of that shit anymore.
No, because we don't do any of that shit anymore. But like, okay, so a Bitcoin today is worth $99,387, but
Okay.
in October like 3rd, it was worth $125,000. So a single Bitcoin has lost $25,000 in value
In a month.
In a month.
Yeah, in a few weeks.
So like, I decided a little bit ago, like that, because I had like some crypto in a couple different platforms. I decided to consolidate all of them and put it all in Bitcoin. I lost $25. I'm like, I thought that Bitcoin was supposed to be
The thing.
the thing.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
valuable.
To make us all millionaires.
And then there was a huge crypto crash, and I lost $25.
Wow.
And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Jeez.
I would like to go back to the old bartering system.
I would
But
be
like,
too. Yeah.
but would you like? What would you produce in order to barter?
Well,
Everybody, but like that's the thing. Everybody would have to be
okay.
producing a thing.
Okay. But think about all the things that we have. Like, you could be a woodworker, you could be a glass maker, you could be a blacksmith, you could be a baker, you could be a butcher, you could be a farmer, you could raise crops, you could raise cattle, you could raise pigs, goats, you could have milk. You could, you could take the milk and you could make butter, you could make candles,
The
you could do
currency system though made it easier because like even if you are not a producer of a good, you could leverage your labor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but people back in that time frame would leverage labor for goods. Like, hey, work for me, I'll give you a place to sleep in 3 hots a day.
Yeah.
While you put that fence up for me that's going to take you 6 days. I'll give you a place to sleep and I'll feed you. And you can take a bath once a week. That was a good thing.
I mean, I definitely think that a currency system is better than a bartering system because like
A fake currency system is better than an actual bartering system.
a real currency.
But we don't have a real currency system anymore.
Do you think that Fort Knox is empty? Do you think that the gold is gone?
Do you think there's anything in Area 51?
Maybe the
There's
gold's in Area
definitely
51.
That's where they put all the gold.
That's where all the gold is.
They moved it all.
All the aliens are over there making friggin' spaceships out of gold.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It's just crazy. The whole thing is just crazy.
Yeah.
And all out of convenience, right? Because everything and it still is geared toward our convenience. We talked about mobile banking. I mean, just think about, like, I remember when the first ATM was a thing, where you didn't have to go into the bank. You just pulled up to this machine or got out of your car and you stuck a card in there and you could get $20. And you're like, damn, that's really awesome. I don't have to go inside the bank.
Yeah.
And that was like the beginning of that shift.
When that first started, it made sense because banking hours are so dumb.
Right.
That
Yeah.
like, okay, I need $20 at 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
And an ATM can provide that where a bank teller can't.
But the banks took and there were charges affiliated with that back in the day. There aren't anymore unless you use it used to be like a thing where if you used another bank's machine, you got charged, where you charge you $3 or whatever to take money out of this.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's still like there was a barber shop that I was going to for a little while. They only accepted cash, and they had
an ATM in there.
there, and it's like a 3% service fee. So if you wanted to pull out $30 for a haircut, you gotta.
I like that I like that business model though, cash only.
Yes.
I like that.
I like that too.
I mean, you can say what you want, and I know there would be people that say, "Oh, that's shady as shit, man. They must be laundering money or something." But maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Maybe it's just like I don't want to deal with having to have Square or something that's taking 4% off of every transaction of money that I'm earning.
But like the transaction fees have disappeared for the most part.
Square still charges them. I had a person here that came and provided a service for me on my fireplace a few weeks ago. And
you had to pay a service fee.
No. I asked him, is it okay if I give you cash? And he said, Yeah, of course.
Was it-
He goes, because that way, and I'm not going to, he said, I don't have to give you an invoice. And I'm like, fair. I said, I don't really care if you give me an invoice. I got your phone number. If something goes wrong, I'll call you. He goes, yeah, call me. It's all good. I gave him cash. He said, because he told me that when he first started out, he was doing cash only. And then he got really busy. And then I think his mom helps him with does all his accounting work. And she's like, you probably ought to offer a service to people where they can pay you with a card. So he did the Square thing. And then I think he said when he first started, it was like 2.5%. And then it went up to 4%. And he goes, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
I'll give you an invoice. You can write me a check, which is sketchy.
Cash.
Well, it is if it doesn't bounce, it's good.
Sure.
But or cash.
Correct.
Yeah.
If it doesn't bounce.
Yeah.
But like, but like, you can go to where you're talking about somebody coming to repair something at your home, or like, you call, you text your buddy who's an electrician that's like, I need you to come in and install a ceiling fan in this bedroom, and I'll pay you in cash. He's going to charge you less than if you were like, he is going to charge you less than if you.
That's the beauty of knowing people like that, and you're willing to work with. And I don't care if you're like a licensed electrical contractor and you have your own business, and I pay you $400 to do some electrical work for me, and if you don't put it on your books, I don't really care.
Right.
Not my problem. I really don't care.
But like, I mean, I guess I don't care because it's like how we were just talking about people, these billionaires who they exploit the loophole.
You're gonna come after this person for not posting $400 on their books? Come on.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
because it's no different than if I were to ask you like, hey, can you guys come help me move, and I'll pay you each $100. You're not going to report that on your taxes.
Absolutely not.
No. For like,
are you shitting me? No, nobody's going to do that.
It's ridiculous. So like, I don't know. I guess I just see it like we should close the tax loopholes and make the tax system as simple as possible, because nowadays, you go on TurboTax or you go on whatever and you fill out your taxes and they're like, oh, are you a blind veteran who, did you pay interest on your student loans last year? And like, there's all these.
And
like,
did you gamble?
Did you?
last
Yeah, you have
year?
gambling winnings.
Did you donate more than $10 to charity?
Or did you make money on Venmo?
Were
Did
a
somebody
blind
pay you on
gambling
Venmo?
Veteran last year.
Right. And it's like if we're going to charge, I mean, I hate taxes, but like at the same time, taxes do pay for the things that we benefit from, like fire and police and roads. So it's like the tax system should be simple, like,
It should be.
simplified to the point that it's like, I don't care about the loophole. If you made $100,000 and we have a 10% income tax, you pay $10,000. I don't care about the standard deduction or the itemized deduction.
But you know why? But you know why nobody's willing to do that?
Well, it benefits the people at the top. It doesn't benefit the people at the bottom.
Well, it benefits the people at the top, but also it employs a crap ton of people at the IRS to write this tax code every year.
Well, it would
to
save
sit
us
there,
the tax dollars
sit there,
that
and
eliminate
you got like
those jobs.
462 people sitting in the IRS building, pecking away at computers and going, okay, cost of living increase for 2026 is 2.3.
Yeah.
Okay. So Social Security goes up 2.3%, and every corporation goes, yeah, the raise next year is going to be 2%. And, and by the way, we got to rewrite the tax code. Oh, we're giving you, hey, here's a great thing. The big, beautiful bill allows you to now, the standard deduction went up $3,016.
Well, and that's
a
why,
big deal.
Like the big, beautiful bill bullshit about no tax on tips and no tax on overtime.
It's all garbage.
It's fake because it's an added deduction and it's not real savings.
No.
So like you might get some more money back, but you still have to file. You still have
to go through the process of filing your return and claiming all of that stuff.
Correct. And that's why it's bullshit. Like That's why it's not actually cutting taxes.
My whole thing, I agree with you 100%. My whole thing is is this, right? Your salary is $50,000, 10% tax, $5,000.
$5,000.
My employer takes out $5,000, sends it to the government. I don't need to do anything.
Well,
why do I have to file a return?
Correct.
You already got your money.
And that's why,
throughout the year.
And
Yeah.
also, but also,
But I still owe you $1,200 now for some reason.
Yeah.
Like-
well, that's because,
but like also you can't.
it's because you raised goats last year and you shouldn't have.
you can't even trust your employer to take out the right amount of tax because I know I told you, I don't know if I told you, Jordan, I got fucked on taxes last year.
I did too.
Because like in from 2023 to 2024, our income barely went up. Barely. But I owed $4,800 to the IRS and like $1,400 to local income tax. Rita. I don't know Rita, but I don't like her. And apparently it's because when you file as married filing jointly, they take less of your taxes. Like it doesn't mean that you owe less taxes.
No.
Because I don't want to go into a whole spiel about the bracket system, which is BS.
That's a bunch of crap too.
But like there's people who say, "Oh, getting married for the tax benefits." There's no tax benefit because if you're in the same income bracket as your spouse, the single versus married filing jointly brackets are the same percentage. There's no tax break. It doesn't exist. It's not real.
Right.
It's a fairy tale. It's fairy dust. It's a fugazi.
Fugazi.
Fucking
Look at that guy.
fairy dust. It's not real. So like, I don't know who keeps pushing that agenda that get married and you save money on taxes.
It's the
bullshit. It's not
freaking
real.
lawyers, dude. Like all these. How many
Shit.
lawyers do you think the IRS employs?
Oh,
If you had to guess, thousands of them.
and they're all crooks.
They're all crooks, and they're all cooking up this weird ass stuff.
They're no different.
I
than
mean, we have a
stockbrokers.
tax code in this country that is like 3,000 pages.
Right.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Establish a flat tax.
I'm all
Because-
for a flat tax.
So, like-
100% for a flat tax.
And then
Actually, I would be a bigger proponent of doing it entirely doing away with income tax and make everything sales consumption tax.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
Because there's no loopholes there.
Yeah,
you
but-
go buy,
but
I don't
we-
care how much money you make, you go buy a 6-pack of beer and I go buy a 6-pack of beer, guess what? We're both paying the same amount of tax.
And because so like, the people who are in the middle class who like, okay, you're gonna go buy a Honda Civic versus the billionaire who goes and buys a Rolls Royce. Like you pay a flat tax on the sales price of the vehicle, and a Rolls Royce is
whatever.
$200,000 car versus
Yeah.
a $30,000 car.
Yeah.
Guess what? We are paying a proportionate
Correct.
amount of taxes, and that's fair. Like
Yeah.
the progressive tax system is BS, and it needs to be done away with.
But it
And-
never will be. It's
No, it won't-
never
it
going to
won't
be
be
because there's so many people on the upper ends of the income
think-
scale that benefit from the 3,000 page tax code that creates all of these weird things that they can do and invest in and make shell companies and buy a house and rent it out and lose money on it for 4 years and reduce your taxable income. All that crazy shit that gets to be done
Yes.
wouldn't
But like
you wouldn't be able to do that.
It should be simplified to the point that a third grader could read it and understand.
Here's what they ought to do. Here's what they ought to do. Here's what they ought to do. If your household income is less than $250,000, this is your tax code. It's simple. If you make more than that, then you want to do all of that silly shit, do it.
Right. But like
that
that,
makes
but like that's what I'm saying about Elon Musk being $11 billion in the hole.
Yeah.
And he could essentially make $10,999,999,000 and not pay a penny in tax on it because
Right.
he was in the red. It's like that's not
And-
fair.
and why does
you
it-
want to talk about
And why does the
fairness-
wealthiest, because he is number one wealthiest
He's the wealthiest man in
man in the world, why does he need that? Why does he need that benefit?
Right.
Why does he need that?
Right. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Because, well,
It doesn't
never
change.
gonna hurt.
It doesn't change how his spending habits tomorrow.
Right.
It's not like he goes, shit, I think we better cancel Netflix.
Oh, we better cut back this week on
yeah,
groceries.
yeah. You know,
Yeah.
how many times in the show?
Hey, honey, we're getting SpaghettiOs this week.
Yeah, like, okay, all right, we gotta.
Yeah,
Well,
we-
because fucking McDonald's came out and said, well, the amount of low-income individuals shopping or, you know, purchasing McDonald's has decreased. And it's like, well, yeah, that's because a fucking, you know, Big Mac meal cost $15 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
No wonder it's gone, like, the amount of your sales have gone down is because people can't afford McDonald's.
No.
Right.
And like,
Can't afford McDonald's.
No. A couple can't go out and eat for less than $30 in fast
Right.
food.
Oh, absolutely not.
Can't.
No.
and like, dude, the price of eating out is
It's insane.
It is stupid.
Insane.
And restaurants are way worse.
Yeah, a real restaurant, not a
Yeah.
fast food restaurant.
Right.
But even like you go to Swenson's, which is like
It's a burger joint.
it's a burger joint, and you're like, okay, we're each gonna get, you know, I might get 2 burgers and a fry. My wife might get a burger and her onion rings, and we might get a couple of chicken tenders for the kid, and it's like, oh, that'll be $40. It's like, hey, do you want me to, you know, punch you in the mouth?
You know what's crazy though?
$40 for fast food?
But then,
Shut up.
But then you go to like one of these like smaller like mom and pop burger shops. So have you ever heard of Sesame Burger?
Yeah.
I have not. Well,
Oh, you've never been?
No, we
Very
had
good.
we
Very
had their
good.
food truck that one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're small. There's only I think 2 in this area, Columbiana and Boardman, and
I didn't know they opened
you
one
can
in
eat
Columbia.
there for
Yeah.
like $15 as a couple.
That's a deal.
And it's simple, small menu, and really good food.
And it's
Yeah.
good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but it's like, dude,
I don't get it though.
it's all, and like,
But good thing, big things are coming. Big things are coming. Gas is going to be under $2
when
very soon. I don't know. Very soon is what we're being told.
when everybody's put out of work and they don't have to drive to work, then
I'm just telling you, we
because-
just
because-
keep being
because-
fed this bullshit that it's gonna
Well-
happen. That the
during
prices are coming
COVID-
down.
During COVID, gas was $1.98, and they're like, "Oh, we brought gas prices
Yes.
down."
Nobody
Nobody's
went
going to
anywhere.
work.
Nobody
Yeah.
went anywhere.
So nobody has like the supply
why
and
it went
demand went upside down, and so they're you know people were putting gas in every container imagineable, even if it was
Yeah.
eaten away by gasoline.
right.
Yeah.
And
Because-
instead, they raised the price of toilet paper.
Right. Can't get freaking yeah. We can't get
Dude, I remember the whole toilet paper thing. That was absolutely bananas.
Hand sanitizer.
Hand
Oh my
sanitizer.
God.
Yeah, hand sanitizer and toilet paper. Yeah, it was
And, like,
crazy.
And every week, like it seems like every week, because my wife does all of the grocery order pickup orders, and you know every couple weeks I'll go pick it up. Sometimes she picks it up, whatever. But like I'll always ask her like, oh, how much did we spend on groceries this week? And she's like, oh, you know, it was cheap this week. It was $85, and I'm like, I feel like we didn't get $85 worth of groceries. And she's like, I don't think you realize how much stuff costs nowadays.
It's
and I'm
sad,
like,
man.
I'm
It's
like,
bad.
well, yeah, a bag of Doritos is $4.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, we spend minimal between $80 to $100 at Meijer every week.
Yeah,
And
I
it
believe
is the smallest amount of food.
It's yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
just enough.
it's
food.
crazy.
And that's shopping budget too, like low, like Meijer brand stuff, cooking cheap dinners. Like,
Right.
it's
I just feel like
so
I feel like that whatever they got you by the short hairs in this whole thing, right? Because everybody's got to eat,
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to-
right? So whatever price we put on it, like
you're gonna pay.
you're going to pay for it. You might not get Dr. Pepper. You might get
Dr. Pop,
Dr. Pop or
Pop.
instead of Mountain Dew, you get Mountain Thunder.
Mount Holler.
Mountain Holler. You might have to get that, but you're still going to pay more for that.
Dr. Pepper lost his PhD. You're buying Mr. Pepper.
Mr.
Mr.
Pepper,
Pepper.
Mr. Pibb. Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like that's like, I feel like that's a stage we're at right now. We're like living in this world where it's like, well, let's try it out. Let's say that the Doritos are $7 and put the tag on there, and people will still buy the $7 Doritos and bitch about it. But
But you're gonna buy it.
but you're going to buy them.
Well, it's crazy.
I was thinking, what was the term you said earlier? Sleazeball? Is that what it is?
Sleazeball.
I
Sleazeball.
think if we get Bar Talk shirts made, we should put that on there. somewhere.
Sleazeball.
Sleazeball.
Yeah.
A bunch of sleazeballs.
Little joke.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sleazeballs. I want to see if the sleazeball list ever comes out. I don't. I
wanna see
have
the
my doubts.
sleazeball.
Wait, there's no list. Don't mention a list. There's no list.
Okay.
The list does not exist.
So what's the point of releasing these files?
I don't know.
So I have to pour through 28,000 pieces of paper to find a person's name.
well, that's
don't have that
because
kind of time.
that's because all of those.
Yeah, you know that you're not gonna
individuals
do
at the FBI need a job.
Well, there's that too.
And they're manufacturing documents and whatever else.
Yeah,
Like, dude.
sleazeballs be damned.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Well-
what was the other thing? The car loans, because I mentioned 50-year mortgages.
Yeah, you can. So now there is how you write off. You can. I shouldn't say write off. Your mortgage interest is deductible on your taxes, right? That reduces your taxable income. The interest you pay on your mortgage now, you can do that on car loans. I think it has to be an American-made car.
Well, yes,
It has, starting. I don't know if it's what model year. It's not like you can't. I don't think you can do it with used cars and stuff like that.
That was part of the big beautiful bill. Was
Yes.
that if you bought an American-made car, you could write off the interest. But no, I think that the other thing that was announced hand in hand with the 50-year mortgage was a 10-year car loan.
That's a terrible idea.
Well, do you think the banks don't care? You're paying more in interest.
Well, yeah, the banks love it.
Because that's the thing is that like everybody, because we've talked about Afterpay and Klarna and all of those
Yeah.
buy now, pay later schemes, is that the bank, like,
That's what buying a car is.
and unfortunately, the average consumer would rather have a lower monthly payment, and they don't care. Like, you know, if you looked at my mortgage and you're like, if you pay the minimum amount for 30 years, we're paying almost twice as much as we bought the house for,
Right, because of interest. Yeah.
So like when you buy a car, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The average car loan is 60 months, right? Like that's the standard.
I honestly think that the standard is now probably 72 or 84 months.
Well,
It
now-
used to be a 60-month
now
loan,
it's going to be 120
but now,
months.
but they've gone to like the 84-month thing. That's a 7-year loan.
But like if you told me, but
But you can still, if you want to do it for 5 years, I'll let you do it.
Yeah.
No, I know. But like
Whatever you want to do.
Because my wife and I we've kicked around the idea of buying a new family car, but we know how much one of our cars is completely paid off, and I'm going to drive that thing till it falls apart because it's paid off. The other car, we pay just over $400 a month for it, and
You're probably not going to beat that payment.
Not
Correct.
now.
You're not going to beat that payment.
and we're upside down on the loan.
You might as well just keep going because you're not going to beat that payment.
Right. So but if you told me that I could get a 10-year car loan and my payment would go down to, even if it was $350 a month, I'm saving $50 a month and I get a newer car or a bigger car.
And you're upside down on it for a longer period of time. So if something
like-
shits out, you're screwed, and then they just roll. And that's what
Right.
that's how they got people. Is like you're upside down, but your car crapped out on you. Because before leasing was a thing, when you bought a car, and you'd have a 5-year loan, and 2.5 years something goes wrong with it, and we're like, oh, why don't we put you in this new car? And you just take what you owe and tack it onto the new loan,
Right.
and your payment goes up. Oh, but we'll extend it by a year, and your payment only goes up $17 a month.
only $17 a month. But then when you account for interest, you're paying so much more over time.
Well,
Even right now we're also debating buying new phones because of manufactured. What's the word? I can't.
obsolescence.
Yes, obsolescence. Is that both of our phones are slow as hell, and it takes forever to send a text message. Not because that the service is bad, but because our phones lag out when you're typing. And
Are they past the iOS updates? Are they?
I don't even think that's the problem.
No.
Like, I think it's just that the phone has slowed down to the point that it takes forever to do anything.
That's the idea. Now we got to.
So,
what's it going to take for us to get you into this new phone today? What can we do to get you in this new phone?
Yeah, I mean, my MacBook's like from 2019,
Right.
But it runs fine.
well, because the two phones that we looked at for replacing our
Let's start carrying around the MacBook instead of a phone.
yeah,
It's like, hold on a second, I got to send a text here.
but like and I know there are some people who pay ridiculous amounts for their phone bills. We only pay $55 a month for two phones,
That's good.
and to get the new phones and the lines, it's going to be like $140. So like our phone bill is going to almost triple. And I realize that there's people who they pay $200 a month for two phone lines, and so they're like, oh, that's a great deal. But like, it's the point that like I don't want to have to pay for the crap. I want my crap that I already own to work, and I don't want to have to increase my bills just to have a phone that works, because like, I need to have a phone for work, and I don't want to have to pay for it, but like my phone sucks. And
If you need a phone for work, you could probably write that off on your taxes.
Yeah, and if you use it for your job.
but if you calculated all of my write-offs or whatever, it's not
Standard deduction is
it's
better.
not more than the standard deduction.
I know, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
We've had much more luck in like the used, like the new used phone market.
Yeah. It's like it's a newer phone, but it's a used phone.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like gently used, and you pay way less for it in cash up front, and then that phone's good for another few years.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's what I keep telling
and then you
my
don't
wife.
have like a bill for your phone, just your service.
Yeah, the fact that like you're leasing a phone these days is just the
Basically.
dumbest
That's-
freaking thing.
The fact that a new iPhone is $1,400.
Okay, there's that too. There's that.
But then immediately they're gonna go, oh, but you can trade it in, and we'll give you a new phone for free.
We'll give you $30 for your old phone.
I've been limping this son of a bitch for 3 years because I don't
like,
want to pay
but
$1,400.
They're gonna turn it around. They're gonna take your old phone, rip it apart, and pull out the precious metals, and they're gonna make more money on the precious metals than they gave you.
How about, can we take them apart and rip out the precious metals and do something with them?
We could also just go steal catalytic converters.
Yeah.
We could do that. But if we could get the precious metals out of the phone, who would you even sell them to? Like,
don't
that's the
know.
thing. We
I don't know.
we don't know where we would go.
I don't know.
No.
Okay. Maybe it was something we'll look into.
If you leave a comment down below if you got a hookup for rare earth metals.
Yes, we would love to know.
Okay, wait. We're gonna set up a Discord channel so we can.
Yeah.
We're set up
We'll
a
get
Discord.
the Bar Talk Discord channel going. We'll
Yeah,
converse there.
let us.
about it.
Yeah, let us know who
rare
wants precious
metals.
metals from iPhones.
We'll
And
give everybody a piece of the pie.
yeah, we could. It could be a whole thing.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe
Everything is just so fake.
it's all
I'm
fake.
tired of everything
Nothing's
being
real.
fake. Nothing is real.
Well, the only thing
matters.
that is real is this show. This
That's for
is
sure.
show. This show
This
is
show is real.
This is real shit.
Yeah.
We're talking about real shit
And
on this show.
We'll tell you the truth because we're not influenced by anybody or anything.
Not yet,
we're
anyway.
not-
We
we're
don't
not
have we
paid.
don't have any sponsors yet. So until we do,
can't- you can't
nobody
buy
owns us.
You
Yeah.
can't buy me. I'm not.
Nah, I don't know that I would say that that's true.
This is
Like
all
if
authentic for
like
now.
what if we got a sponsorship? And so
But like,
Yeah.
would you say a certain line for $7,000? Would you?
depends on if I now that's a whole different conversation for
Yeah,
another
I
time.
mean-
It would there were a lot of factors that would go into whether or not I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. Like if I believed in the product and I believed in the company and I
Yes.
I think that I thought that
Well, no,
that
I
was
was-
a genuine.
I guess I was more so making a joke that like there are these influencer campaigns.
Yes, right.
That like that they will approach these pages or channels that have so many followers, and they're like, oh, we'll pay you X amount of dollars if you tweet about this thing, or
I'm not tweeting about shit. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm not tweeting about anything. But if somebody wanted to sponsor us, depending on the product and the nature of that company and their values and so on and so forth, and we decided that was something that was in our best interest, then that's a different conversation.
100%.
Because at the end of the day,
but there's people that there's people that will shill for certain products.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't disclose that they're being paid by that company, or that they were like, oh, I I've been sleeping on this new mattress and it's the best sleep I've ever had, and they don't disclose the fact that they were sent the mattress for free, and
Right.
it's like people are so easily influenced.
But we know that that is the case when it comes to the big names, the names that are out there that are shilling for products.
Yeah.
You know, the people that are out there on like the Verizon ads or the, you know, that kind of shit. You know, Kevin Hart's on a Verizon ad.
Yeah.
You know, he's got like his whole family and his extended family all has free phones, free service. Nobody's paying for shit.
Yeah.
They got free iPads, watches, the whole 9 yards, and plus being paid for his
Right.
appearance in commercials.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way it works.
Yep.
We're going to give you the product if you'll put a plug in for us every week on your show. Okay.
But like there's also like there's the channels on YouTube that like every once in a while they will review a product, but they won't tell the truth that like this company sent us the product for free, and they don't give an honest review.
Maybe we should start reviewing products on here that are not given to us,
Yeah.
like real product reviews.
We could. I mean,
Not that I want to turn this into a product review,
review channel,
show,
You're
but
gonna pay for it and give an honest review.
depends on what it is.
Sure.
Like, I'm not buying a $4,000 mattress
no.
and saying it was the greatest night of sleep I ever had. Like, I already have a mattress and I really love it, and I do get a good night's sleep on it.
Dude, my mattress
But
sucks.
at any rate,
Something
If it-
simple as
hey,
like,
maybe
if Purple
I
wants
might-
to sponsor this channel,
If you want to send me a free mattress,
Brant needs a new
I
mattress.
might take it because my $250 mattress from Amazon sucks.
oh
and
man,
I'm-
mine's really nice.
I'm tired of waking up with a stiff back every morning.
Oh,
So
I'll send
I-
you
you're not
the
even
one I
30
bought.
yet. You're not even 30. You have a stiff back getting out of bed, bro.
Dude, I wake up with back pain every morning.
That's terrible.
And I think it's just because the mattress. Well, because
Do you have like a traditional like mattress, or is it like a memory foam or foam? Or is it
It's
like
not-
mattress box spring, like old school spring, like mattress?
No, I think it's springless.
Oh, springless.
We have a box spring and then the mattress.
Oh.
See.
But we cheaped out on the mattress because the old mattress we had a divot in the middle because it was my mattress. It was my mattress. So me sleeping in the middle of the bed created a dip in it. So we would start off like this and we would end up going like this in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's terrible.
And my wife would be like, I hate that you're
like on
all
me.
over me in the middle of the night. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it's not my fault. Gravity exists.
Yeah.
And so we bought this cheapo mattress and it sucks and I hate it. So
I will say-
I could be bought with a new mattress, maybe.
I will say that investing in a mattress is if and when you can do that financially, it does make a difference.
It really does.
It does.
I've had some of the best sleep in the last.
And I literally only within the last several years have I invested any money in a mattress. I was the same way. It was like, this is $400. How bad could it be?
Yeah.
2 years later, you find out how bad it could be.
Sure. I mean, but you're also 30 years older than me, so like
It's fair.
It,
Yeah, I mean, look at all the money I made in the stock market.
but do you wake up with back pain?
No, not at all.
Okay, so maybe it's worth it. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm saying. It is
Can't
worth it.
underestimate sleep and a good
Sleep is
bed
important and a good
pillows.
and a good mattress.
Sleep is super important.
Good mattress, good pillow, and good sleep. All very vital to your health
And both, I mean,
and sanity.
the pillow.
The pillow market's crazy too. Crazy as the mattress
I
market.
put some money in a good pillow.
Yeah, and
You can't underestimate.
I'm still using a hand-me-down pillow from you guys.
Oh my.
Which is
gosh.
weird to say, a hand-me-down pillow, but like
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even use it most of the time. I just have a blanket that I bunch up and use that as my pillow. But whatever.
Bro. Okay.
All right. Well,
Well, that
we've
was
run out of time today for this one.
Yeah, that was a long one. Wow.
Yeah, it was.
It was
really
a long one.
was.
Oh yeah, it was. Well,
Yeah,
But,
we went long.
Yeah, continue, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys later.
Precious metals hookup.
Yep.
yeah. Give us the